Hello, everybody. I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show. That was a film strip. It's silent. There's no accompanying tape or record. It is something that you would read in the class. And when I do screenings in real life, I always start off with a film strip as an icebreaker to kind of get people in their brains thinking about being in school. Now, I put together a DVD of a bunch of film strips called Focus on Film Strips, and I put music to it, but the music I put to it was all kind of organ music, and YouTube flags it immediately. So when I put it online, it was like, nope, you're out. So it's not online. Or I didn't play the music while we were watching. So we watch old 16mm films, even though a film strip is technically a 35mm format. And wow, I have a lot of great stuff lined up today. It's nice and sunny outside. It's not gray and gross, although it'll probably get gray and gross within the next couple of days. We might even get some snow, which is not something that always happens in Raleigh. So this next film is something to get your blood pumping, get you excited. This is Rhythmic Exercises.
Here's a demonstration of a warm-up drill that everyone will enjoy. These fellows are doing their daily dozens and having fun doing them. They're building the muscles of their bodies, developing good habits of posture, improving their coordination or body control. Rhythmic exercise calls for natural, continuously flowing movement, involving all the muscles of the body, alternately relaxing and contracting them. Rhythm is the foundation of all body movement, and in rhythm, the entire body participates. As you can see, these fellows are not professionals, and they haven't had a lot of practice. The exercises they're doing may look complicated, but they're really quite simple. We're going to see what they are and how the boys learn to do them. But first, let's watch for a moment. The boys start by taking a side stride position. As the instructor counts, arms fall in a natural swing like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the same exercise in slow motion. On the count of 1, the arm swings down and then up to cross in front of the chest. On 2, they are swung out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The starting position for the next exercise is the same as for the first one. As the boys swing their arms, they bend and straighten their knees. Notice that they don't lock their knees on the upward movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch one boy do it alone. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 1 count, knees are bent and arms are crossed. On 2, knees straighten and arms are horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, the boys add a full arm circle. Starting as they did before, they repeat the first exercise to a 4 count. Then, with a continuous movement, they add full arm circles like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's our solo performer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our next exercise starts as always from our original position. We're going to do the trunk bending and bobbing now. As the body bends to one side, the hand on that side is placed on the hip, while the opposite arm half encircles the head. First it's one side, then the other. Watch the exercise in slow motion. Notice that he bends to his left for 4 counts, bending and returning part way between counts. Then he bends to the right and repeats the procedure. The trunk is relaxed and the hips shift with each bob. Now let's see what we've learned so far. Each exercise starts with a half-arm circle swing. To that we add the knee dip, the full arm circle, the trunk bend to the left, and the trunk bend to the right. Watch it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next exercise is a forward bend with trunk bobbing. As they bob, they touch the left toe, floor, right toe, and return. Arms and trunk are relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Toe, floor, toe, return. 1, 2, 3, 4. Toe, floor, toe, return. 1, 2, 3, 4. Toe, floor, toe, return. After the 4 half-arm circles, the head is thrown back and the arms are thrown out and up on the count of 1. On 2, the trunk bobs down. On the forward bend, the knees are kept straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Toe, floor, toe, return. Half-arm circles and knee dip again. Watch it now. Arms are bent at shoulder level. Fists are clenched. And the trunk is twisted right, return, left, return, with arms out. On the last count, arms go out and trunk return simultaneously. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twist, return, twist, return. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twist, return, twist, return. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twist, return. Twist, 1, 2, 3, 4. Twist, return. Twist, return. The next to last exercise is a jumping jack movement. It goes like this. On each count, the arms swing full circle. They are crossed overhead as the feet are off the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump, 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 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump, 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 jump. Here it is in slow motion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump, 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 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump, 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 jump. And here's the final exercise in the series. Starting from their original positions, the boys do the arm swing and knee dip to a 4 count. Then on 1, they let their arms come full circle. And when their arms are over their heads, they make a quarter turn to the right. Another on 2, another on 3, and 4 brings them back to their original position. Jump, 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 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump, 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 jump. Now for the last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump, 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 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump, 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 jump. And the series is complete. In rhythmic exercise, unity or totality of movement is the goal. It's exercise with continuity and sequence, demanding the participation of the entire body acting in a coordinated way. Here is rhythm, grace, balance, precision. Excellent training for the development of teamwork, better posture, and improved body tone. Rhythmic exercise is good for you. It's interesting, it's easy to do, and it's fun. Try it. You'll like it.
Whoa, and it just ends. Somebody in the comments asked, with the slow motion material, how did they do that? Well, it's basically called overcranking. So what you do is you run faster than normal. Then when you play it back, it plays back slower. And there are some cameras that were set up to do that. They had that as a setting. A lot of 16 cameras had the difference between 18 and 24, but also some of them had slower and some of them had a little bit faster. It kind of depended. And then professional cameras had that ability as well. And so that's probably how they captured that. Yeah. This seemed to bring back a lot of comments about gym, and about dressing up for gym, and some of us wearing our gym clothes under our regular clothes. I did do that, yes. And I did not take showers with the rest of the dudes. No, not having it. Anyways, what else we got? We're on a roll here. This film is great. It features someone you might recognize from television. It's called Bad Dog. That was Paul Benedict, who you might remember from The Jeffersons. He played Mr. Bentley. And he was American. He pretended like he played a British expatriate in The Jeffersons, but he was American. And he was also in Sesame Street, where he would paint various numbers, different places out in the city, and would be vexed by certain things that would happen to him after he painted. Usually the number would go away or something bad would happen. But, yeah, so great film, fun. Let's see what else we got here. So this film, I haven't really seen it because of subject matter, but the narrator is someone that we also know from television, and we also know from educational films. See if you can figure out who it is, because I'm not sure if he actually shows up in the film. So this is Do Better on Your Examinations.
Do you sing the blues you come to take an exam? Are you perhaps a worrier? Are you a scrambler, rushing to cram facts into your head at the last minute? Are you a fidgeter, scared of every exam? My friend Bob used to be all those things. Then something happened. Something that ought to interest you. You see, he learned a system. It started one day when Bob had fallen down on another exam, and...
You haven't been doing very well on your examinations, have you?
Why do I have to take examinations? I hate them. I'm sorry, Miss Foster, but
That's all right, Bob. I don't especially enjoy examinations either, but they're the only way I have of making sure the class is progressing well. And they're the best way you have of checking up on yourself to make sure you're getting the most you can out of your courses.
Well, I'm sure I'm getting more than that out of commercial geography.
Well, perhaps you need to concentrate more on your examinations. Develop skills in preparing for them and in taking them.
Well, that's just the point, Miss Foster. How can I do better?
There is a very good system for doing better on your examinations. I believe you missed the discussion we had in class one day. First, keep up with daily work. You'll want to do that, exams or no exams.
Keep up with daily work. Plan effective reviews. Be concerned, but don't worry. Get set, then do your best. That's the system. And Bob didn't waste any time putting it to work. First, keep up with daily work. The way to go about that is to keep a careful record of assignments every day, and do them every day. Well, what's the assignment for tomorrow? Study questions. Better get to work on that right away. When you put it off, the work just piles up, so dig right in. Keep up with daily work. Now, when you've done tomorrow's assignment, you're ready for step 2 of our system for better examinations. Plan effective reviews. Bob learned that there are 2 important kinds of reviewing. One is regular review. About once a week, review the material you covered that week. You'd be surprised how that kind of regular review helps make what you've learned really stick. And that helps, as Bob found out a week or so later when Miss Foster gave a surprise quiz. For once, Bob wasn't hit by that old sinking feeling. No, he didn't exactly shine on the quiz, but he was better prepared than he'd ever been before. And so he just naturally did better work. Regular reviewing pays off. Later, when a major exam was scheduled, Bob set out to plan ahead for the other kind of reviewing, intensive review. That day was Monday. He could spend more time reviewing on Wednesday and Thursday if he needed. Friday was the day of the exam. It would cover the subject of transportation. When you settle down for an intensive review, you can get help from a lot of places. Your textbook, of course, is one. The table of contents gave Bob a sort of general picture of the section on transportation. Turning to the chapter on transportation, he ran through it quickly, just to fix the general plan of it in his mind. At the end of the chapter, there were more helpful review aids. Questions. What inventions do you think have been the most important aids to progress in transportation? Well, Bob thought it over. He had some ideas for the answer, but he felt he had better plan to reread the section of his text dealing with inventions. He also referred to his notes, his records of class discussions and outside reading. These are useful review aids, too. That's the way Bob worked, testing himself, rereading his textbook and notes whenever he wasn't sure of the material. Later that evening, Bob used another review aid, his old exam papers. In looking them over, Bob discovered something. Now, for him, objective test questions calling for simple, short answers were fairly easy. His big trouble was with subjective test questions, calling for more explanation. So Bob discovered one of his weaknesses, and he went to work on it. Has air transportation affected the general life of your community, and if so, how? Sounds just like an exam question. So Bob practiced writing a full answer. Using review aids, testing yourself, jogging your memory. That's the way to go about an intensive review. On Wednesday, Bob tried another kind of reviewing, one that gives good practice in answering questions and helps clarify the course material. With some friends, he cooked up a sort of quiz program, testing out possible exam questions on each other.
That's a good question. Compare railroads and airlines as haulers of freight.
Well, that's easy. Airplanes have it all over trains. So much faster.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe speed isn't so important. Trains can haul bigger, bulkier loads.
You know what I think? I think that the question didn't mean for us to choose between them. It meant for us to compare them. If I got that question on an exam, I'd pick out the advantages and disadvantages of both of them.
Yes, Bob found this a useful and pleasant way to review. Well, came the night before the exam. How did Bob stand? He'd reviewed his textbook and his notes. He'd tested himself with sample questions. He'd used still other methods of review. What about that system he was following? Keep up with daily work? Plan effective reviews? That's all right. What's next? Be concerned, but don't worry. Well, look at it this way. You've done all you can. You feel pretty sure you know the material. So why worry? Don't wear yourself down studying too much the night before the exam. Get to bed at your usual time. Be rested. Be ready. Well, here we are again, waiting for the exam. And how's Bob taking it? Well, he's making himself comfortable. That's the last step in our system. Get set, then do your best. We can't expect Bob to be perfect, but let's watch him for pointers on this business of actually taking an exam. First, be conscious of time. You know how much time you have. Don't waste any. Begin by reading through the whole exam to get a general idea of the questions. It's a good idea to underline the special directions on each question, the key words. Explain. List. True or false. This way you're sure you know just what's expected on each question. For instance, this first question says, explain. That means writing out a full answer. With this type of question, write down the most important general ideas first, then add as much detail as you can. But don't get so wrapped up in it that you don't leave time for the rest of the exam. So what's the next question? List 5 methods of communication in use today. A simple, short answer question. But say you can only think of 4. Well, write them down. Maybe another will come to you later. True or false? Start by answering the ones you feel sure about. But it may be better not to guess if your teacher subtracts for wrong true-false answers. Well, we don't have to take this exam. The point is, Bob's taking it pretty well in his stride. Would you like to do better on your examinations? Then why not try this system?
Yeah, that was Dick York. Some of you caught it right off the bat. Dick York, who is in Shy Guy, film on bookkeeping. He's in, of course, Last Date, where he plays the speed demon who commits teenicide. Of course, he was Darren on Bewitched. And he was also the teacher in Inherit the Wind, that movie. So it's his voice, I can just catch it. But his early career, he was in a lot of educational films, and I think he actually did one for the military too. I just want to say thank you for buying coffee, Scott's Diesel. Thank you for buying me a coffee all the way from Wales. That's really awesome. It's great to have you tune in. Having you on our stream makes me feel like I span the Atlantic. That the message of AV Geeks kind of makes its way all out. William, longtime viewer, thank you so much. And Bo from St. Louis, I don't know who you are if you've commented or not, but you bought us a lot of coffee, and I want to say thank you so much. That is going to go to buy some hard drives. So thank you. Maybe a little bit of coffee, but mostly hard drives, because that's what's happening now. Is we have all these films that we're digitizing, and we're running out of drive space. So, yes, thank you so much. How do I want to go with this? I've had this set up for a while, and I already know the giggles are going to start, the inappropriate comments are going to start, but this is a good film, and I like it because it really is trying to address an issue, which is, how do you talk to boys about puberty? And I think it's very progressive in what it talks about. There is going to be mentions of penis and sperm, and other weird euphemisms. There's not any actual photos. There's some very abstract drawings. But you got to admit that this is a pretty good film from the time it was made. This is called As Boys Grow, and I've been wanting to show it for a while. So, parents, if you have any little kids watching, I don't know. There's nothing entirely graphic here, but it might cause some questions, so I'll leave it up to you. So let the giggling begin.
Not bad. You kids really poured it on. Hi, Douglas, and that's part of my freshman track team. The boys are really working very hard. Say, maybe you'd like to meet some of them. Well, there's Bill. He's going out for the high jump. And Jim, the broad jump and sprints, too. Mike is number 1 boy at the shot put right now. He's a pretty good distance runner, too. But Ben's clocked the best time for the 440 so far. Pole vault is George's specialty, but he's giving the high jump a good try, too. And Pete, well, he's trying most everything right now. They make a pretty fair team. Anyway, they're sure trying hard enough.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah?
I twisted my ankle.
Oh, is it bad?
I don't think so.
Well, see me inside, will you?
Okay.
Okay. That's it for today. Everybody inside. Come on. Here. Let's take a look. How'd you do it?
I was taking a jump and I landed sideways in.
Yeah, I can see. Well, I'll put an elastic bandage around it. I'll take a look at it and see how it is tomorrow. Okay?
Why does this always have to happen to me? Some guys never get hurt.
Ah, you're just having a little bad luck.
Yeah, but why me? Look at Mike. He never gets hurt.
Well, he's built a little different from you, Pete. He's developed earlier.
Yeah, but why? He's not any older than I am.
It's not just how old you are. Kids develop at different times.
Hey, Coach, is Mickey Mouse here gonna live?
Mickey Mouse, listen, you big...
All right. Take it easy. You better get your clothes. Okay. That's Mike. He's sure filling out. And it won't be long before Pete starts putting on some weight, too. In fact, all these kids are starting to develop now. They're all around 14, 15 years old. And there'll be a lot of changes taking place.
Say, did you do your homework? What homework? You know, your math. Oh, that? Sure. I couldn't get the last one. Oh, great. That's the one I was wondering about. Say, what happened to your face? Oh, this? Cut myself shaving. Yeah? Maybe I'll start shaving soon. Come on, we better get a move on or we'll be late for class.
Yes, shaving is part of it. And there were still other changes. Some of these things most kids knew about, while others didn't.
Hey, you know something?
No, what?
I had a wet dream last night.
Wet dreams? What's that?
Oh, you know, some sperm comes out of your penis.
Sperm?
Yeah, sort of a sticky stuff. Guy's part of a baby. Didn't your brother ever tell you about that?
No. He never says much about anything. So that means you can start a baby.
It was something new to Bill, this business of nocturnal emissions, just as a lot of other things were new. Growing up is a time of change. Everything seems to happen at once.
The coach said it's glands.
Well, you get those from your parents.
Hey, what is this? You all taking the afternoon off?
Hey, Coach, didn't you say it was glands that made guys different?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, today in biology class, Mr. Davis said we're all different because of our parents.
That's right. I meant the way your body develops at puberty.
Puberty? What's that?
Well, that'd take a little explaining. Maybe later, huh?
Yeah, but when?
Well, how about after practice this afternoon?
Sure, great.
Okay, but we've got work to do now. Come on, let's
Yeah,
get
okay,
out
let's
there.
go.
Come on, fellas. So that afternoon in the locker room, I started answering some of the boys' questions.
Hey, you having a meeting?
No, just talking. Sit down if you want to. Let's see, where was I? Oh, yes. Well, each of us is different from the day we're born. No two people are exactly alike. Some of those differences are inherited from our parents.
See? I said so.
Then at puberty, certain glands begin to work, and our bodies begin to change.
But where are these glands?
Yeah. And what's puberty?
Well, puberty? Well, puberty's a lot of things. Mainly, though, it's a time of change. For you, it means your bodies are changing from boys to men.
You mean like having to shave? Say, when's a guy start shaving anyway?
Oh, there isn't any special age. You're all going to start at different times. That's because everybody matures according to his own body's rules. In general, everybody grows broader in the shoulders, the ribs, and the pelvis. Your arm and leg bones grow longer, and so does your back, from the neck to the buttocks. But everybody doesn't develop at the same time or in the same way. Jim, for instance, is bigger all over than you, Pete, but that just means he started filling out earlier. You'll catch up. George now is growing tall instead of filling out. Mike is more like Jim. Ben will be tall, probably, and big all over. Well, everybody is just naturally a little different.
Yeah, but where do these glands come in?
Well, it's the sex glands, or testes, that actually get these changes going. Here, maybe a diagram will help. Here's the penis and the scrotum that holds the testicles or testes inside. Now, when you're around 14, maybe sooner, maybe later, the testes start making a chemical substance called a hormone. It's this hormone that causes the changes. It enlarges the penis itself and starts hair growing here and under your arms and on your face. It even affects your voice, makes it deeper. It also makes you grow thicker or taller or both.
That hormone, is that what you call sperm?
No, sperm is something else. Sperm is made in the testes, too. You all know what sperm is?
Yeah, it's the guy's part of a baby, isn't it?
That's right.
But how does it get out from the testicles?
Through tubes here. There's one from each testicle. Goes up, down again, through a storage place, and out into the penis. Now, when the penis erects, gets hard, the sperm can come out in what's called an ejaculation.
Not every time, though.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, sometimes the penis gets hard without,
Oh, without an ejaculation of sperm? Oh, yes, that's right. You see, all an erection is an increase in blood in the penis, which is made up mostly of spongy tissue. Now, when something excites us sexually, this tissue fills up with blood, and the whole organ is extended or hard, erect.
Sometimes that just happens by itself, doesn't it? You know, like in the morning.
Oh, yes, you don't have to be thinking about sex to have an erection. Pressure from a full bladder can cause it, or rhythmic movements of the body, horseback riding, say. Yes, George?
Does an erection, does that mean you have too much sperm and you ought to get rid of it?
Get rid of it? No. But sometimes your body will do that by itself, at night. It's called a nocturnal emission, or wet dream. Then you can cause an ejaculation by yourself, too, by masturbating, rubbing the penis. Sometimes you hear that masturbation affects your mind or your manhood. It isn't true. For kids your age, it's just something normal.
Does that? Well, I was told it had something to do with pimples and stuff. Is that right?
No. No, you see, when you reach puberty and all these changes start taking place, there are a lot of glands involved. Not just the sex glands. For instance, there's one in the back of the brain called the pituitary. And then there are the thyroid glands here in the neck. Now, some things about these glands are still a mystery. But we do know that a hormone from one can affect the others. And in a lot of people your age, this may partly cause skin trouble.
Well, what can you do about it?
Oh, if it really bothers you, you should see a doctor. He'll tell you what to do. It can be cleared up pretty well these days. Hey, it's about time.
Hey, could we go on with this tomorrow?
Yeah, how about it?
Sure, okay. Come on down early, huh? Oh, yes, there were still plenty of questions. And as usual, some guys thought they knew all the answers.
And so the dope pushes her into the water. Boy, did she get mad. Maybe she was having her period or something.
Oh, that doesn't make any difference. My sister goes swimming when she's having her period.
Period? What's that?
Yeah, no, menstrual period. Don't you know what that is?
No.
Say, somebody ought to give you guys the word.
Okay, wise guy, what is it?
Hey, what's going on here?
Well, these goofballs had never heard of a menstrual period, and I was trying to tell them.
And he didn't know what he was talking about either.
Yeah.
Okay, simmer down. Have a seat. I brought some charts. Maybe this'll help. The female reproductive system and fertilization.
Hey, look. Pollywog.
Now, wait a minute. These are sperm cells. But let's start from the beginning. Menstruation is just one part of a whole series of things that take place in the female sex system. It's arranged something like this. The vagina that opens out between the legs, the uterus, or womb, a pair of tubes, and 2 sex glands, or ovaries. Now, about once every month, these glands produce an egg cell, or ovum, which passes along one of these tubes to the uterus.
An egg? You mean like a chicken egg?
No, not exactly. It's very small. You'd need a microscope to get a really good look at it. It's like a chicken egg in one way, though. If it's fertilized by a male sperm cell, it'll grow into a baby. Here in the uterus. First, the uterus grows a lining which would take and feed the egg if it were fertilized. But when it's not fertilized, it disintegrates, and it and the lining and some blood pass out through the vagina. And this is called menstruation. Yes, Pete?
When does the girl start having these periods?
When she reaches puberty, around 13.
That means she can have a baby then?
Yes, that's right. Just like you can become fathers as soon as your testes start making sperm. Here. This is what happens when the egg is fertilized. The sperm meets the egg in this tube. Then the fertilized egg becomes attached to the uterus wall, and the cells multiply and grow into a baby.
Yeah, but how's it get there? You know, not just the sperm and egg stuff. I mean, well, what really happens?
Oh, what you want to know about is sexual intercourse. Well, that happens like this. Here. Here's a cross-section of the vagina. The erect penis enters here, and rhythmic movements, a pumping back and forth, causes an ejaculation from the penis. Some of the sperm swim up here, through the uterus, and on into the tube, where they may or may not meet an egg cell. If one does, then the egg is fertilized and settles down here in the uterus and grows into a baby. About 9 months later, the baby is born through the vagina. This is how we all came into the world.
Yeah, but babies and all that. That's not all you go out with girls for, is it?
No, you're right. Going out with girls is fun. When you get older, you probably want to get married and start a family.
Say, when should a guy start going around with girls?
Oh, there's no real answer to that. Whenever you feel like it, I guess. Maybe the first time you'll want to ask someone to a party or a dance. Maybe you'll need a partner. But there's no special age. Just like there isn't any special reason for taking a girl out. Most guys just like female company. Well, that's it for today, fellas. Let's get out to practice, huh? The fellas were pretty busy all spring, working out for the team and with their schoolwork. But they had time for other things, too.
Say, how would you and Barbara like to go swimming tomorrow?
We'd love to.
Jim and I thought we'd go over to the lagoon.
Hey, that'd be swell. Hey, why don't we all bring something to eat? We could stay all day.
Okay, I'll take something.
Hey, great. How about a big old chocolate cake?
Oh, I don't know.
We can try.
Well, anyway, we'll start about 9, okay?
Swell.
Bye.
Such a great film. The coach is just, he's great. And the information is good. And, they certainly gloss over some things, but they hit the, they get the basics in there. And that's what's great is that we have a couple of really good sex ed films, and most of them are from the 50s and 60s. Then in the 70s, they get a little crazy. I have some really explicit ones, which we will not be watching on YouTube or Facebook. And then in the 80s, we slap back to nothing. It's really bad. The 80s was this weird kind of bounce back to, just say no, basically. And this is just information. So it's interesting to see that. But thanks again, everybody, for tuning in today. We watched a lot of different stuff today. And we got plenty more where that came from. And thanks again, everybody, for the coffee donations. Those are always really great. But also for the comments and sharing and all the new people. It's always something that we really love to do. And so thank you so much for doing what you do. And it makes me excited to do what I do every day, which is show you old 16mm films. So we'll see you again tomorrow, Thursday. And everybody have a good rest of your day. Take care.